Can a pauper meet a king and become rich? Rafiq had spent his entire life begging, but today he had come to change his fortune. He had heard that the king was not only generous, but also wise. One who learned from him would never be left empty-handed. Today, Rafiq had decided he will ask the king not for wealth, but for the secret of success. But will the king give him a chance? Can he really change his destiny? Let's find out in this story, The Beggar and the King, A Journey to Wealth and Wisdom. Introduction, A Fateful Encounter. On the bustling streets of a grand kingdom, where golden palaces stood tall and merchants thrived, lived a beggar named Rafiq. Every morning he sat on the same worn-out rug near the gates of the king's palace, his hands stretched out, hoping for a few coins from the wealthy passers-by. Rafiq had spent years begging, surviving on the kindness of strangers. But deep inside, he held a secret desire. He didn't want to just survive. He wanted to thrive. He had heard stories of men who rose from nothing to greatness, and he dreamed of one day changing his fate. One evening, as the sun painted the sky with hues of crimson and gold, Rafiq overheard a conversation between two noblemen. They spoke of the king's generosity and his ability to turn ordinary men into successful traders, scholars, and warriors. This is my chance, Rafiq thought. If I can reach the king and seek his wisdom, perhaps I can change my life forever. With newfound determination, he decided that the next morning he would enter the royal court, not as a beggar, but as a man seeking knowledge and opportunity. Chapter 1. The Bold Request. The next day, dressed in the same tattered clothes but with confidence in his heart, Rafiq walked up to the palace gates. The guards blocked his way immediately. "A beggar has no place in the royal court," one of them scoffed. "I seek not alms but wisdom," Rafiq replied firmly. "I have heard that the king is wise and generous. If I can speak to him, I may find a way to rise above my condition." The guards laughed, but one of them, intrigued by Rafiq's courage, decided to inform the king. To everyone's surprise, the king allowed the beggar to enter. As Rafiq stepped into the grand court, he marveled at the sight. Glittering chandeliers, silk-draped walls, and the king seated on an opulent throne. The king studied him and spoke. "You are not the first to seek my wisdom, but tell me, why should I help you?" Rafiq took a deep breath. "Because I do not wish to be a beggar forever. I seek guidance, not gold. If you teach me the ways of success, I will prove myself worthy." The king smiled. "Very well. But remember, wealth is not given. It is earned. Are you ready to take on a challenge?" Chapter 2. The First Lesson. The Test of Patience. The king handed Rafiq a single gold coin and said, "Use this wisely. Return to me in a month, but you must not spend it on food, clothing, or shelter. This coin must grow." Rafiq was puzzled, but determined. He walked through the marketplace, wondering how to multiply a single coin. He saw a fruit vendor struggling to sell his overripe bananas. "Sir," Rafiq said, "if I buy these at a lower price, can I sell them for you at a better place?" The vendor agreed. Rafiq purchased the bananas, found a busy street, and sold them at a slight profit. He reinvested the money in fresh fruit and repeated the process. By the end of the month, Rafiq returned to the king, not with a single coin, but with 10. The king nodded. "You have learned the first rule of wealth. Money grows when invested wisely. Chapter 3. The second lesson. The value of trust. The king then gave Rafiq a new challenge. Take these 10 coins and partner with someone. Trust is the foundation of success. Rafiq found a merchant struggling with his fabric business. I have some savings. Let's work together to bring new designs, he proposed. The merchant, seeing Rafiq's determination, agreed. They traveled to a nearby town, bought unique fabrics, and sold them at a higher price. But soon, a dishonest trader tried to trick them into a bad deal. Rafiq remembered the king's words. Trust is key, but blind trust is foolish. He carefully studied every agreement and ensured fairness. After 3 months, their business grew, and Rafiq returned with 50 gold coins. The king smiled. Now, you understand the second lesson. Wealth is built not just on money, but on relationships and wisdom. Chapter 4. The final test, leadership and legacy. Now wealthier than ever, Rafiq felt confident. But the king had one final test. Rafiq, the king said, a true leader creates opportunities for others. Take your wealth and build something that helps people. Rafiq pondered for days. Then he used his gold to open a small school, teaching young traders and craftsmen. Soon, his students became successful, and in return, they supported his business ventures. Years passed, and Rafiq became one of the wealthiest men in the kingdom. But he never forgot his beginnings. One day, he visited the same palace where he once stood as a beggar. The king, now older, welcomed him warmly. You have passed every test, the king said. You are no longer a beggar, but a man of honor and wisdom. Rafiq bowed. I owe it all to your guidance, Your Majesty. And now I wish to pass this knowledge to others. The king nodded. Then you have truly succeeded. Conclusion. Your journey begins here. Rafiq's story is not just about wealth. It's about patience, trust, and leadership. And now, dear viewer, it's your turn. Do you dream of success? Do you want to change your life like Rafiq? Then remember, success is not given. It is earned. Start today. And before you go, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an inspiring story.